You are now tuned into Flippin' the Birds, a Philly Sports Network podcast.
What's going on, Eagles fans? Welcome all to episode 30 of Flipping the Birds. I'm Brian Cameron. He's Chris Infante, and we're here. We're quarantined. We're
stuck.
Nothing but very, very low Eagles news right now.
We're stuck. Like it's been a week since any Eagles news. It's boring.
Tough. Yeah, it's boring.
We're stuck with Instagram stories. We're stuck with likes, and we're stuck with.
Oh my gosh.
So anything to keep us entertained. We're stuck with people arguing over who wants to draft at 21. Do we want to trade up? Do we want to trade back? Would Howie be an idiot if he did this? Would he be a super genius if he did this? That's what we're working with here. So
I feel like it's the worst time in the world to be Howie Roseman right now because everybody has nothing to do. So everybody thinks they're full blown Eagles analyst. Looking at film, looking at tape.
I mean, today I was told by many, and we'll get into this in a little bit, by many Jaguars fans, a good thing I'm not a GM. So I guess I'm not cut out to be a GM.
So before we go to Jacksonville, let's talk about the main thing on Eagles' minds right now. Alshon Jeffrey, Dave Spadaro, Howie Roseman. They spoke about it on a one-on-one interview. Then Howie Roseman spoke about it on a conference call with other media members, and it seems that they're very adamant on keeping Alshon for this season, at least, because they believe that they still have a wide receiver who's still very, very good when he's healthy. But Alshon is relatively very rarely healthy nowadays, especially at 30 years old.
Yeah.
That was his issue with the Bears. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. He had one good season.
You're looking at Alshon, and in his 8-year career, he's played 16 games twice. He's only started 16 games. He's played 16 games 3 times. He started 16 games twice. And in 2013, his Pro Bowl year, he started 14 of 16. Then he led the league in 2013 with yards per touch with 14.5, which really isn't that much nowadays. But so since in Chicago, he played. And here's the deal: like he played in 5 years in Chicago. He started 63 games and he played in 56. So he didn't start 7 of those games. He started all 39 games with the Eagles. However, his first year in 2017, all 16 games. 2018,
shoulder
torn labrum.
Yeah,
13 games. Last year, whole bunch of stuff.
10 games. Chaotic last year.
10 games. So it's just been downhill. I mean, you see in 2015, he started 9 games. I mean, he played 9 games, started 8. 2016, 12 games. So then his first year was a baller year, 789 yards. Not that much, but still 16 games. And now hindsight, he played with that shoulder. Mm-hmm. So he was pretty much Superman.
Yeah.
He had 120 targets that year. But 2013, 2014, he had 148 and 145 targets. There's like no one else on that team.
There was really nobody else because Brandon Marshall was mostly injured. I think probably a year afterwards he got let go or traded. But I think here's where I am with the Alshon situation. Alshon reached his peak with Philly fandom after the Super Bowl, then after the Saints drop. And I feel like he was a wide receiver who felt like he was untouchable. He felt like he was bigger than the quarterback. And in Philly, nobody's bigger than the quarterback. Like nobody's bigger than Carson.
No matter what year it is,
it doesn't matter.
No matter if it's McNabb, no matter if it was Vic, no matter if it was Cobb, no matter if it was Bradford, no matter if it was AJ Feely. Mm-hmm. There's nothing more important than the quarterback. And
you got caught up on the wrong side of that anonymous crap.
You have an issue with your quarterback, you tell him in person. You don't say it anonymously. Now there is speculation now if he was behind this latest Josina stuff. I think it still was him, and then we have it on good authority that it was him. but people are starting to doubt it because of Jenkins is gone and Alshon's still here. I still think that Howie's planning a Byron Maxwell, Kiko Alonso type trade with Alshon Jeffrey. I don't know if it's to move up, but
then why would he be stating so heavily?
He's building him up. He's building him up. He's smoke screens. Howie loves throwing smoke screens. We've gone through it with and Doug too, even though we haven't heard Doug talking a little bit. Doug said it with the coordinators, and now we know it was a Lurie decision. But then you see, we want Jason Peters back, and then he's gone. So we want our coordinators back, now they're gone. Alshon Jeffrey just needs to be healthy. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to be gone. I can't see Alshon Jeffrey be on the team.
Sense. It won't make sense because he's on the wrong side of 30. Not the wrong side of 30 years old, but his body's on the wrong side of 30. Howie Roseman specifically said that he cannot be attached to players, and it's all about getting
younger.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I would see the only receiver being over 30 should be Deshaun.
It makes sense because he's productive.
He's getting healthy and he's productive. When he's healthy,
and he likes to keep me.
And we know for a fact he likes Carson. So I think it's all small screens. Like I said on Twitter a few days ago, maybe last week, in 2016, Howie traded a bad contract and a player going into his fourth year to move up and make some moves to get Carson Wentz. We have a bad contract in Alshon. We have two players that could be moved that are going into the fourth year. Derek Barnett, which I completely disagree with moving him, and Rasul Douglas.
We'll get on Derek Barnett in a few.
So if we package those two with 21, could it happen? Or maybe with 2021 first round pick. I'd rather that. I mean, if Howie manages to get Yannick and doesn't give up this year's first round pick, and he's still able to get a game changing wide receiver this year and still get Yannick, and you have that defensive line plus Carson's new receiver for years to come, you got to build a statue of him in front of the link.
Yeah, there has to be, because to pull something out like that is it's a wild heist. But I'm hoping you're right about the Alshon situation, because I think for his sake, for Carson's sake, for Eagles fans' sake, Alshon has to be gone. I don't want to see him playing in the link next year with people boo him every single time he's on the field.
Oh yeah, they would rip him apart.
Yeah, you're not bigger than a quarterback in Philly. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. But you did bring up a very, very interesting name, a name that has been haunting you for the past several weeks with Eagles posts on his Instagram, Yannick Ngakoue. What do you want to say about that? Because you're smirking, but I don't know if you're sad or not.
Listen, it's not like I have his post notifications on or anything like that. Maybe I do. Just trying to get ahead of the curve here. Whenever he posts something, I want to be okay. Oh shit, the Eagles related. I mean, today is his birthday. Today is
happy birthday. Today, 25 years old.
Yeah, 25.
He's young, bro.
This dude is a mammoth, and he's 6 years younger than us.
Damn, I forgot my age for a second.
We're 31 years old, and this dude, it's he's in a unique situation. People are saying he has no leverage, and Jags have all the leverage, and then you're saying Jags have no leverage, Yannick has all the leverage. It's crazy how the Jags defense went from the one of the best in the league just a few years ago to this dumpster fire that's happening.
Has anybody figured out what's going on with Telvin Smith? Is he fully officially done?
Retired. I think he's still retired. He probably just doesn't want to play. He might. I don't know how many years he had left in his contract, but I don't know if you're retired through the rest of your contract. You could just come back and become a free agent. I'm not sure.
Didn't Brett pull that off?
No, he got traded.
I thought he retired.
He retired and he signed with the Vikings. Yeah.
Savage.
And then, or was it Jets first? I think it was Jets first. It
was the Jets first, and then he.
I
don't know actually.
Who knows? Yannick, he doesn't want to be there. He's made it clear. He
made it crystal clear today.
He made it absolutely crystal clear today. Let me get the tweet. Because a reporter from Jacksonville asked Doug Marrone about the Yannick situation, and Doug Marrone said, when the business starts getting involved, it's tough because as a coach, you always want your players to be happy. He says he understands what Yannick's going through, mentions that as an organization, they love him. And Yannick posted on that post a picture of a boat, an emoji of a boat. So the reporter, his name is Demetrius Harvey. He's a deputy editor for Sports Illustrated All Gators, and he covers the Jaguars for Big Cat Country. He replied, "Ship has sailed," and Yannick said, "Self-explanatory, my brother." So Yannick's out. He's not going to put
out. He doesn't want to be there
for that organization. No way. So you're looking at an organization that has lost AJ Bouye,
Jalen Ramsey.
Even people were saying, well, they got 2 firsts for Ramsey. Of course, they're going to get it for Yannick. The Rams are stupid.
Yeah, they can pull the heist on the Rams.
Like, how are you going to agree to a trade for Jalen Ramsey without even negotiating an extension first? You don't have a first-round pick this year. You don't have a first-round pick next year. You have. Like I think they only have 5 picks this year, I believe, maybe less, maybe a little more, maybe 6. But you're doing all that for a corner. Then you're releasing Todd Gurley. You're about to release Brandon Cooks. You're releasing all these players because you don't have cap room. So you're going to let Jalen Ramsey.
Next contract is going to be at least like 18, 19 mil a year.
Oh yeah, he's going to get more than Byron Jones. He's going to get more than Darius Slay. He's going to be the highest paid corner next year. So
hey, did you know that Darius Slay is an Eagle?
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Thank you know, man.
That's nice. That's nice. Oh, I forgot about that for a minute. No, I did. It's always on my mind that we actually have a secondary now. But he's the most I would go. I mean, I know Yannick wants to get paid $20 million a year, and people are all over saying you don't pay that for him. He just turned 25 today. Again, it's Tuesday, March 31st. He just turned 25 today.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 10 players. He's one of 10 players all time to have 37.5 sacks or more before they turn 25.
That's phenomenal. Imagine pairing him with Fletcher Cox,
like
Javon Hargrave, Brandon Graham.
It's and with the rotation that the Eagles have, that Schwartz runs.
Well, before we get to the rotation, would you sacrifice Derek Barnett for Yannick?
If it lowered the price picks wise, yes. I love Derek Barnett. I think he's getting a bad deal by Eagles fans.
Of course.
Because that's what we do. If you're not doing anything for us now, we hate you. It doesn't matter if you're
Douglas treatment. He's the latest victim.
Rasul Douglas, he tweeted out today. This was a doozy.
He's unfortunately a victim in there. Everybody, if you follow Flipping the Birds, you know we're big fans of Rasul.
We are. He's a Jersey guy. He's from South Orange, right around here. So we are a fan of him. We think he's been deployed wrong.
Correct.
But so Rasul Douglas posted today that he thinks Ed Reed is the best free safety of all time.
Oh, he set himself up for that one.
So someone said, you forgot about this guy, and posted a picture of Brian Dawkins. And Douglas responded, in my opinion, in my book, Dawkins was a strong safety, the way he played in the box and all that. And someone said this proves half Eagles fans are dumb. They're counting B-Dawk as a free safety. And Douglas responded to that saying, they just want me up out of here, so they're going to disagree with anything without facts or understanding. I'm fine with that, though.
Let's be honest. He set himself up with the whole Aguilar thing. I mean,
oh yeah.
You definitely.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious how the Eagles report on how the Eagles are shopping Douglas came out after that.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he tweeted out Aguilar's elite, it was like Eagles are shopping Rasul Douglas.
Howie Roseman was like, it all makes sense. That's why he can't cover.
Yep. Him and Aguilar can't track the ball.
Did you hear Howie Roseman on the conference call saying apparently that he's tired of seeing the ball go over the DB's heads?
Yeah.
Savage with Howie Roseman. Howie
Roseman came to just destroy every narrative that is out there about him.
He definitely did.
We spoke to someone in the Eagles organization, and he said that Howie is still kind of fighting those Chip Kelly demons. There was a an opinion made there about Howie, how he doesn't really have control of the team because he was sent to the back of the building when Chip Kelly was there. And then when you had Joe Douglas come in, you had Andrew Barry come in, and they were really in charge of the draft. There's really no one there now.
It's just Howie.
It's just Howie. I know there's someone else. I forget his name.
Which is weird because if it's just Howie, he's like Andrew Whittle, I think you're thinking about. That's his name, Andrew Whittle?
Yes, that's what.
Howie has free range right now, and it feels like he's kind of like cherry picking a little bit.
Howie's playing Madden right now.
I don't know about Madden.
Howie can look at the free agent list and say, okay, what do I want? And he can go to trade market and say who's on the trade block. He's going to go to options. He's going to scroll over to the options.
I do that every day, Madden.
And see trade block. All right, Yannick and Ngakoue. All right, what can I add? This rejected. Okay, should do this rejected? And that's what he's doing right now. And he's not playing Madden to the point where he's getting every single person in the whole league, and he's turning salary cap off and all that. But he's in full mode. He's in full GM mode. And I think this is the first time in his GM career that he's had that, because when he started as GM, Andy Reid was really still roster management.
Correct.
And then Reid's gone. Chip Kelly comes in. Probably still had a little bit of roster management because he wanted to play up tempo, 90 plays, 100 plays a game offense. So he had to get players to fit that, even though he inherited a really good team that could still fit that mold. And he sent McCoy out and sent Jackson out and all that. And then when Doug Peterson came in, but then you still had everyone around Howie. So now he's in his bubble, hopefully quarantined from everybody, 6 feet away. Howie, remember, nothing more than 10 people away from everybody, and looks like he's really digging in, saying, "All right, look at our team. What has been our bugaboo the last few years?" And maybe he's looking at what the fans are saying, because believe it or not, Eagles fans, as passionate and idiotic as we are sometimes, we know what the hell we're saying. Like, you can't just keep looking at your team, no matter if you're the owner, the GM, the coach, and say everything's fine. You have to see what other people are saying too, because you might not see what we're seeing. And if we're banging the table every day, every week, we need a corner, go get a damn corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, okay, so Howie, we need a linebacker too. But if Yannick comes here, I think we can get by with a linebacker course of T.J. Edwards, Davis Brown, Alex Singleton, Nate Gary, because you're going to slow down whatever happens in front of that defensive line. You are running a four-man front of Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, and Yannick Ngakoue. There's no one – you're not going to average more than 60 rushing yards a game. Not 100%.
Absolutely.
And then you got Derek Barnett rotating in, Hassan Ridgeway rotating in, Malik Jackson rotating in. You're not averaging more than 60. So that's going to take away completely one part of the offense. And then you got Ngakoue who has that many sacks before 25, 37 and a half. You got Fletcher Cox who penetrates the middle. I could make a joke right now, but it's very dirty. Fletcher Cox penetrating the middle and putting pressure on the quarterback. Brandon Graham almost leads the league every year in pressures. You got Hargrave who bullies guards. We saw that. We saw that on Steelers highlights all the time. Steelers fans are pissed that Hargrave's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, "Oh, he's a no second." No, he can move all over the defensive line. So if you have fresh legs like that, it's going to go from quarterbacks having forever to throw, even though that wasn't the case last year. But that, even if it was 2 seconds last year to throw, which should be enough usually on most teams, but we had corners playing so far off. Yeah. Now that we have Slay there and Nico Roby-Coleman, who's really good, and Will Parks, who's very good, and a newly found Jalen Mills changing his number, and he equated it to Kobe and LeBron changing their numbers.
I definitely – he shouldn't have gone that far, but I definitely believe Mills is going to be a big difference maker.
I think having 21 is going to propel him because 21 is a strong number.
Here we go.
21 is a strong number. Hasn't been so strong lately.
Not as safety.
In the DB.
Okay. In the DB market.
Because 21 is a strong DB number. It is. Darby took it and ruined it.
He didn't just ruin it. He obliterated it. He
took it from Patrick Robinson after Robinson left. Because
Robinson was like a playoff hero for us.
Robinson was 21. Darby was 41. Number 41, Darby was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he switched over 21. He was terrible. It was, and so you got Darby who was 21, P. Rob was 21. It's not so great recent history with 21 for the Eagles. And I said recent history. I put that out the other day, and Nick Faria, our own Nick Faria, said Eric Allen deserves more respect. The last time Eric Allen played for the Eagles was 1994.
That's not recent history.
That's not recent history. So you gotta go back, and then someone else commented on it in like big letters. Eric Allen has entered the chat again. 1994. So we're looking at Darby, looking at P. Rob, we're looking at Josiah Hansen, who I really liked Hansen when he was on the Eagles. Josiah Hansen was very good, but still, he wasn't the impact of what a number 21 is. Look at Patrick Peterson.
What's going on with Pat Pete? Come on,
that ship has sailed. He's stuck on the Cardinals.
Free him, bro.
He's stuck on the Cardinals.
Free Pat.
We tried our best. We tried our best.
So as Chris keeps on chipping away on his free Yannick campaign, one thing that's right around the corner that I know you and I are extremely looking forward to, because we're going to have the live stream for the draft, but most importantly, the first round is the most important round of not only Howie Roseman's career, but of the Eagles offseason. One, because every single Eagles fan is going to be home. Nobody's doing anything. And two, we need a wide receiver more than anything in the world right now. So with that said, I'm taking Xavier McKinney at 21. Don't you feel like that's so Eagle-like? Like that's what's going to be happening?
Why? What's your reasoning?
No, I'm not going to take Xavier McKinney at 21. I want a wide receiver.
I'll smack you.
Listen, I've settled down with Justin Jefferson for 21.
Social distance spot.
It's like expect the gadget way. I've settled with Justin Jefferson. I'm there with Jalen Reagor. I'm a big KJ Hamler fan, but I know that's going to be second round early. But we need Ruggs or Lamb, and I can't stress that enough.
What are you
doing over there, okay? You got too excited.
I got an email.
Oh.
Yeah. That's for off the air. That's for off the air. It's crazy because I really don't think – because there's so many damn opinions. Like if you don't trade up for the big three, it's like – pick your poison. I want Denzel Mims. I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. Why do you want Mims for? Because he does this and this. He doesn't run a great route.
I'm still not sold on Mims. I'm going to put that out there. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for it. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just not sold on him yet.
I want Justin Jefferson. Oh, Justin Jefferson, he's just a slot guy. He can't play outside.
He can play outside.
I want Jalen Reagor. No, Reagor, he ran a 4.47. He can't do that. He had terrible production. Who cares about that? His QB was throwing it to the fucking moon.
Let's acknowledge that he was like huge at the combine for no reason. The dude he had to lose all that weight.
He wants to be yoked up. He
looked like a buff Muggsy Bogues at the combine.
He wants to be yoked up. That's all. And it turned his 40-yard dash from a 4.4, maybe a little less, to a 4.47. Oh, big whoop. And he still put up I think like 20 plus.
Well, but apparently though he said that he ran into 4.3s after he lost the 10 pounds.
If it did, more power to him. He's still a really good player. People want to downplay him because of the production at TCO. His quarterback was stupid.
Do you feel like Eagles fans are too scarred by the Nelson Aguilar pick?
They're too scarred from everything.
Yeah, let's get to that point.
We can't trade or sign a big cornerback because of Nnamdi Asomugha and Byron Maxwell. We can't sign it. We can't draft anybody from the Pac-12 because of Nelson Aguilar. We can't draft any wide receivers because the only receivers we've drafted have been Jordan Matthews, Nelson Aguilar, Mac Hollins, and who else? What?
For the record, Jordan Matthews was not a terrible receiver.
No, he wasn't. He had his first 3 years of his career. I mean, he was like a really like rare company. The way I guess,
yeah, his production was phenomenal.
How many receptions he had, and how many yards he had within his first 3 years of his career, I don't like his first year. He had 67 receptions, 872 yards, 8 touchdowns. Second year, 85 receptions, 997 yards, 8 touchdowns. Third year, 73 receptions, 804 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So in his 3 years, his first 3 years, he had 225 receptions, 2,673 yards, and 19 touchdowns. So that's really productive.
And
Like,
think about it, he never had a very tenured wide receiver coach with him either. The Chip Kelly days, he had what Greg Lewis.
Yeah.
And I forgot the guy before him. And then after that, they went to Grow with Doug Peterson, and Grow got promoted, and they went to the whole the domino effect that happened. It's our time. We got to get this right. There's no way you get this wrong.
I really don't think. I don't think Howie can fudge this up.
I don't think so. There's no possible way.
Like, well, go back to Jordan Matthews quick. From 2014 to 2016. You know what? Let me switch this for a minute. Let me discount the last 3 years because we have Michael Thomas in there and Christian McCaffrey, and that'll skew some things. So Jordan Matthews is up until 2016, and his first 3 years of his career he had the 11th most receptions in NFL history. And that's behind Odell Beckham, who had 288. Jarvis Landry had the same. A.J. Green had 260. Anquan Bolden had 259. DeAndre Hopkins, 239. Mike, who just got traded for nothing. Mike Evans, 238. LaDainian Tomlinson, 238. Larry Fitzgerald, 230. Brandon Marshall, 226. Randy Moss, 226. And then Jordan Matthews right behind there at 225. In front of guys like Isaac Bruce, Keyshawn Johnson, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks, Jimmy Graham, and Marquise Colston.
He was productive.
He was really productive. And
the Eagles messed that up by trading him away.
And it just messed up his mojo.
So
but I really don't think Howie can mess it up because there's so many damn players. I'm of the mindset that I don't care if it's a slot guy, I don't care if it's an outside guy. I just want some damn playmakers.
All right, so you're on the clock, 21. No, not even 21. You're on the clock. Let's say we're getting to the 10th pick. Cleveland Browns on the clock. Do you make the move to move up to Cleveland, New York?
Here's the deal.
Tampa? I know you're a big fan of moving to the Tampa pick.
I'm a big fan of moving to the Browns pick, too. I'm a big fan because I want CeeDee Lamb. But I'll take any of those 3. But people's thing on Judy is he had Ruggs there to take off the heat. So what would Judy be if he didn't have a Ruggs by him? But the same thing, like with Ruggs. I mean, I know his route running. Ruggs is probably despite his reputation as just being a burner and all that. PFF put out this thing with percentage of routes run in 2019, and so for example, Brandon Ayuk hit 30% of his routes were screens. You just send him a screen and he's going to take it to the house. And if you look at the highlights of that, the way that he just takes the ball from backfield on the screen and just takes it to the house, it's incredible. But then people who's Pac-12 who didn't really play against good DBs, talent is talent. Denzel Mims, 25% of his routes were go routes and 20% were hitch routes. So there you go with the route running. It was either go route or run 15 yards and then come right back and catch the ball. Mm-hmm. Judy was a little bit more diverse, 18% out routes. Judy, 14% screen, 11% go routes, and 12% slant routes. And you look at
filthy route runner.
He is. Then you look at T. Higgins. He doesn't have speed. 25% of his routes were go routes.
And he can go up there.
And he can go get it. 19% were out routes. Laviska Shenault, 19% were hitch routes. Jalen Reagor, 16% were go routes, 14% were screens, and 13% were hitches. Then you look at Michael Pittman, 20% were go routes, 15% were out routes, and 13% were screens. Justin Jefferson, 15% were go routes, 14% were out routes, 10% were crossing routes, and 12% were slant routes. CeeDee Lamb, 20% go routes, 15% hitch routes. Then you look at Henry Ruggs III, Now PFF they highlighted green all the major like the discrepancy, like the big routes. Like they don't have anything green for Ruggs because it's so spread out. It was 13% for screen, 11% for go route, 6% for out route, 4% for post route, 10% for in routes, 3% for whip routes, 10% for crossing routes, 13% for slant routes, 8% for corner routes, and 7% for hitch routes. So he was used a ton of different ways. That being said, I still want CeeDee Lamb. Henry Ruggs is my second, and Judy's my third. But, I don't know. I know Howie has the relationship with Andrew Barry now and the Browns. Could you give up a first, a third, and next year second, like the Pittsburgh Steelers did last year to go up to get Devin Bush? Sure, but then you're left with let's say you get Lamb at 10, you have your second round pick, and then you don't have another pick until your 3, 4th round picks. I could live with that. I absolutely live with that. But the thing is, where do you go with that second round pick? Do you go for another receiver? Maybe a Hamler, who I think is not going to go too late in the second round. Maybe an Ayuk, who I don't think goes that late in the second round either. Do you go with Van Jefferson in the second round, which would probably be a reach? He's more of a third round guy. You go with Michael Pittman. People like him, but I think he's more of a third round guy.
Would you be opposed due to his injury history if the Eagles, like, say Chenault dropped to the second round?
No, I don't want him.
At all?
I don't want him. No.
Completely opposed?
I don't want him.
Okay, cool. That's the end of the Chenault history.
I don't want him. Yeah, it's a groin injury, so those things linger.
Yeah,
linger no matter how much you.
Well, we learned because of the Matt Collins injury.
Yeah, look at Matt Collins. He was in quarantine before quarantine was cool. He was really with his groin injury. That was legit social. If we all need to know how to social distance, talk to Matt Collins. And it's so you got that going. You look at Colin Johnson, who's huge. He's 6'6".
He's a mammoth. Bro.
He's a mammoth, and he had a really good. I think he had a really good Senior Bowl, but I don't think he's really fit. I would like him just because he's huge. So you can just throw him the ball and just tell him to go get it. Look at Van Jefferson, KJ Hamler. You're looking at Michael Pittman. You're looking at lower round guys. Khalija Lipscomb, who knows Aaron Moorhead because he played for him in Vanderbilt. There are so many. There's
a lot of talent, and there's a lot of burners.
A lot of talent. So, but it's second round. Do you grab? And I believe I didn't hear the latest Inside the Birds, but I heard that Kaplan said pretty much certainty that Eagles goes cornerback in second round. Now, if that's
who do you think will be there in second round? I know there would be the likes of AJ Terrell.
You're looking at Meek Robertson, who a lot of people like.
Bryce Hall,
Virginia. Troy Pride Jr. There's a lot of good names down there, but do you go maybe safety? Do you go Ashton Davis? Do you go Kyle Duggar? Apparently, Jeremy Chin had a FaceTime with the Eagles. I saw a report. That would be a really good pick, but my thing with Brett drafting a safety now is you have Parks, you have McLeod, you have Mills, who apparently is going to play back there. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to draft a rookie that high to play the position that Mills will be playing? I know Parks and Mills are both on 1-year deals. So if things go south for Mills this year and Mills at safety experiment doesn't really go that, then you can turn to your very talented safety. But I think they'd be better suited to go corner, especially if they end up trading Stu Douglas or LeBlanc.
But who would really buy Stu Douglas at this point? He doesn't have a body of work for you to really examine. Unfortunately, and like I said, me and Chris are big fans of his, but the tape doesn't lie. Rizul lacks effort majority of the time.
If all it takes is one. If one coach thinks that they can resurrect Douglas's career, and use him in a way that he would be successful, they might go for it. And it might be one of those low risk, high reward trades with another team that has a player like the 49ers. People say Dante Pettis. You know, he's on the outs there. Why not do a swap and see what happens? You know, Cardinals with Hassan Reddick. Send us Hassan Reddick, please. You know, that's what it is. But you know, it's interesting. It's been an interesting offseason. It's going to get even more interesting with this Yannick stuff, with this draft stuff.
No, that thing's gonna linger, and if it lingers past the draft, I'll be like,
the Alshon stuff, there's Rasul stuff, there's a lot of more stuff going on. That
I feel like you could package a good deal with Rasul, Alshon, possibly Barnett in a low end pick. Even though I don't think I'm on the fence. I'm on the same side as you as to not giving up on Barnett yet, because I still think he has a lot of talent that hasn't been tapped yet. But I think you could package Rasul, Alshon, and like 2 or 3 picks max to get it done.
Maybe if it was, let's say Alshon. Like
So
the thing with Alshon is if you trade him,
it's only $5 million dead money. That's it.
Yeah, but if you trade him after June 1st,
it's $5 million.
You're saving $9 million.
No, I thought you were saying $6 million.
No, I'll tell you right now.
Better. Oh, but it's after the draft. But
but it's after the draft. It's after June 1st. So here's the stipulation, Alshon. You cut him right now. You have a $10 million cap hit, $26 million in dead money. We all know that. Cut him post June 1st, $15 million cap hit of dead money this year, and then $10 million next year. $5 million next year, and then $2 million over the next 4 years. And you save $13 million in cap next year. You trade pre-June 1st, you have a $16 million cap hit this year with a $749,000 cap hit. $16 million dead cap, $749,000 in a cap hit, which isn't too bad in the scheme of things. Next year, you have a $10 million cap hit, plus a $7 million, but you save $7 million, so it's a wash of $3 million right there.
So it has to be post-June 1st.
And then 2022, you have dead money of $5 million and a cap hit of $2.5 million. And then in 2023, you have $2.5 million in dead money, and you have no cap savings whatsoever. If you trade post June 1st, you have $5 million in dead money this year, plus a $9.9 million cap savings. That's his entire base salary. 2021. You have a dead money of $5.5 million. You save $13 million. 2022, you have dead money of $2.5 million. You have no cap savings. Same thing for 2023. So the best option is to trade after June 1st, but maybe Howie can figure something out.
That's going to be kind of tough to figure out, especially if you're trading for Yannick and if the Jaguars want draft capital for this draft.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting.
It's not going to be fun, I can tell you that much.
No, it's not. But as long as Yannick, you keep giving me Instagram stories for me to, and keep liking my statuses too. My tweets, not statuses, not Facebook. My tweets, because he did like my tweet today, and people are taking off with it.
Terrible.
And Jags fans are in my mentions, very angry with me. The latest one.
You've become the Elliott Short Parks for the Jag fans?
The latest one, someone said, the next Bill O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen. Because my tweet was, I retweeted, I took a screenshot of Yannick's Instagram story saying Jalen Ramsey was never crazy. He knew the truth. And my tweet was, Jags are doing Yannick dirty. Take what the Eagles are offering or let Yannick sit out the season and you get nothing in return. So people have been all over it, especially Jags fans. So someone said the next Bill O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen. Someone else said, where is it? This is my favorite one so far. Love these wannabe GMs. Take a seat.
Wow.
And I
you apply for GM position?
Not yet. I'm gonna send my resume in later.
You should try the Texans. I think they have an open spot.
No, Bill O'Brien's there. Maybe I'll try coach. Wait, no, Bill O'Brien's there too. That one's from Kai KSD 904, who's following 30 people and has 7 followers. Real nice guy. And I retweeted his tweet with a picture of Elmo on the toilet. and he said that fits you well, in my opinion. And I liked it. I agree.
Is it the Tickle Me Elmo version?
Yeah. It's the one. It's the one where he's like this. So it's people aren't very happy with me down in Jacksonville. Someone said a Philly writer, LOL, like he isn't biased here. Jags don't owe him anything. He chose to turn down life-changing money, so now the Jags will wait and get the best deal. By the way, he's not as good as you think.
Did a report come out for what the Jags offered him?
No, I don't think so.
So how does he know it's life-changing money?
And he's not as good as you think. So 37.5 sacks before he's 25. Not good. Not good at all.
So I have one more hot take before we end the pod. And it's from a guy who we really, really been shooting the stars for at ESPN. Orlovsky, there we go. Dan Orlovsky.
We can't get him on the pod if you can't pronounce his last name.
It's okay.
Brian.
It's okay.
Dan, come on the podcast. Also, Trey Thomas. I know things have been rough over there, especially today. Layoffs.
Yeah, that's
Trey. This is your invitation. You see my hair. You see Brian's hair. You fit right in. You fit right in. You see we got beards. You fit right in. Come on. Come talk to us. Let's talk about manscaping. Let's talk about all that stuff that you got over there. Come on. I'll tag you in this, too. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, Trey, listen to this. Listen to whatever minute this is. Make our plea. Listen, here at Philly Sports Network, we just hit our 10 millionth view last year. At Phillies last week.
And a word from our sponsors.
Philly Sports Network. We just hit 10 million views last week. All right, we're big time, and with being big time, we got to shoot our shot. We've been shooting our shot to agents. We've been shooting our shot to prospects. We're shooting our shot to players.
To Hall of Fame players.
And
Let's put that there.
And you see, we have Mike Adams now. Mike Adams, Pro Bowl safety. Is doing big stuff with us, so you can see what we're all about. Okay, we are tired of these clickbait sites and these people with the hot takes. Even though I have my
you have the wildest hot takes. Yours are going under the radar this season somehow, some way.
Stay tuned for my next article.
Oh my goodness!
Why the 2020 Eagles are mimicking the 2004 Eagles Super Bowl team.
So let's go back to shooting our shot, all right? Dan shot his shot on ESPN. His top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC right now. Number 1, Russell Wilson. 2, Tom Brady. 3, Drew Brees. 4, Carson Wentz. 5, Aaron Rodgers. And people are making hell out of it because of the Aaron Rodgers being under Carson Wentz. And I kind of agree with Dan without being biased because Carson has been a bit more on the productive side when he's on the field. I feel like Andrew. Wow. I feel like Aaron Rodgers kind of.
Who's Andrew Rodgers?
I'm losing my mind today. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is kind of like. I've never been I don't want to say it. I've never been a huge Aaron Rodgers fan.
Aaron Rodgers is really good. He's very good.
I'm not.
He makes Hail Mary seem like short completions, which is wild.
The tight end that made that.
Well, he has the most like Hail Mary passes in like all time. I think.
Or is it the players that are catching it that the most?
He's got to put it there. I think people are just hung up on names right now. They don't look at stats. They don't look at they look. It's Aaron Rodgers. Carson Wentz is not Aaron Rodgers. Carson Wentz doesn't even have a Super Bowl, even though he does. Carson Wentz hasn't won a Super Bowl like Aaron Rodgers has. Even though Aaron Rodgers only has one, they have the same amount of Super Bowls. All right, I get Aaron Rodgers won his one, and Wentz was hurt, but
let's not forget they would not have won the Super Bowl without Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
let's not forget that.
11 wins.
Let's not forget that.
11 wins. He threw a touchdown on 20 ACL.
And they didn't have the best defense, so I don't hear nothing.
So I think it's a lot closer. I agree with Dan. Obviously, I think Carson Wentz is better than Aaron Rodgers right now. But that's right now because Aaron Rodgers, 36?
37. He's about to turn 37.
37. Yes. So Carson Wentz, who's 10 years younger. It's not far-fetched to say, even though I do disagree with Tom Brady being so far up there.
Yeah, I don't see Tom Brady over Aaron right now. That's something I definitely.
I think so. I think it should be Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Carson Wentz, Aaron Rodgers, and Eagles fans might castrate me for this. I think Dak's right there. in the NFC.
I'm going to join that vote. Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like
because you look at
most sense right now.
Because if you look at, and I'll always say Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott. I would never say
by a long shot.
So if you look at the NFC, you look at Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. You look at Jared Goff, Mitchell Trubisky, and Nick Foles.
Oh my God.
Dak Prescott, Matt Ryan, probably top 10. I mean, if we're looking at just NFC, he's top 10.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Kyler Murray, who's getting there. He's not there. Now, Teddy Bridgewater, in Carolina.
He's got some weapons.
Daniel Jones, no,
yeah.
Matt Stafford, stop, yeah. And then you got Dwayne Haskins. So if you're looking at it, so you got Russell Wilson number 1. I'll say, Russell Wilson number 1, Drew Brees number 2, Carson Wentz number 3, Aaron Rodgers number 4, Dak Prescott number 5. I'd probably put Matt Stafford number 6 over Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd probably have Tom Brady, then Matt Ryan. Then you're looking at Teddy Bridgewater. Then you're looking at Jared Goff. Then you're looking at Kirk Cousins. Then you're looking at Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that good. I really don't. Their defense was phenomenal last year. Then you're looking at Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he will be. I think Kyler Murray is going to be a stud.
He's going to be a stud now because he has DeAndre Hopkins. There's no way you cannot be a stud in that.
And then you got Teddy Bridgewater and then Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins. So that's just.
I think I agree with that. Oh, so I think that's it then. I think we covered everything, bro.
We covered everything. We're this is quick today.
Yeah, this is
because there's nothing to talk about other than Yannick.
We need Howie to do more. We definitely need Howie to do more. Next week we should be having a surprise for everybody. Then the week after that, pre-draft, and then we will be having our live draft stream that same week as well. So you will get possibly 2 podcasts next week and 2 more the week after.
We're looking at talking to people. We're looking at having guests on. We're looking at a whole lot of things for you guys coming up, and it's going to be big time.
Absolutely.
Big time.
And I hope you all stay safe out there. Definitely, stay.
Wash your hands.
Yes, and stay indoors. Just
wash your hands. Stay indoors. If you're going to use Grubhub or DoorDash, do no contact delivery. They just drop it off in front of your doorstep. We did that on Sunday. And then
you wipe down everything that is delivered to you? I've been doing that lately.
I don't want to do that. My wife makes me do it.
I do it.
Wait, okay. I did it. I went out on Sunday. Was it Sunday? I went out on Sunday on the road. I actually drove my car on the road. There was no one out there. It's I had to go do an essential run. Mm-hmm. Bottle cane. I needed my alcohol.
Yeah, I can tell you're just dogging it right now.
this is one of my pickups.
That's actually
Icarus Carrington event.
That one is phenomenal.
Very good. Shout out to Icarus Brewery, who is located in Lakewood, New Jersey, who is tearing down the whole state of New Jersey at this point. Speaking of staying in, hey, Lakewood, stay the fuck inside.
Do you remember in high school, or not even high school, like middle school, when that one kid used to act up all the time and
that's Lakewood right now.
Time?
That's Lakewood right now. God. We are entire New Jersey is just one big class, and Lakewood's making us stay after for detention right now. Mm-hmm. And that's Lakewood. Lakewood's
like what? 5 wedding parties in one day?
Yeah. Jesus Christ, just no.
How about y'all? Focus on staying
alive. My wife's best friend was supposed to have a wedding in Clifton 2 weeks ago. It got canceled. It got moved to December. I mean, they still got married at their home, but they're gonna have the party in December.
Of course.
But it's
not impossible to do.
No, just wait. Have a party with a ton of people and get sick and be in bed for the rest of your life, or cancel and wait a few months, and then do it when everybody's healthy. I don't know. But Icarus located in Lakewood. Listen, Icarus just build a path for everyone to go to you and lock down the whole rest of the town. Lock it down.
Yeah, they make really good brews. But yeah, everybody stay safe out there, and you never know. We're both on quarantine right now, so you might get a breaking news pod at some point if something phenomenal happens. But other than that, make sure you guys tune in next week. And until then, boots. Yes, sir.